Hello everyone, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our quick hands-on review of a Lightning to HDMI cable. Now you're probably thinking this isn't a very exciting product. In fact, there have been versions on the market for many years now, but a big reason why we're doing this video is because about 2 years ago we reviewed a very similar version. In fact, looking at the packaging, it looks almost exactly the same as the version we're seeing today, but there's a big difference. Past Lightning to HDMI cables, all of them on the market, required you to use Hotspot in a process that's extremely similar to, say, Airplay or Miracast on Google Chromecasts. So basically the dongle isn't really giving you a direct input from the device to your monitor. It's basically passing that through a Wi-Fi filter, which a lot of people have voiced concerns saying that it's not as secure. It's also going to be slower because there's going to be more latency lag between the images and videos and sound. So for gaming, they didn't work very well. But the reason why past versions were always like this is because of iOS and Apple having proprietary software that made it difficult for manufacturers to just directly support video out from Lightning. But now it seems possible. The version here today, it promises to just have a plug-and-play solution without any of the Airplay or Wi-Fi connection necessary. So it really just becomes like a true HDMI cable like we've always had on Android. And otherwise, packaging here is extremely simple. We just have the cable itself, which again has the exact same size as the older versions requiring Airplay. So not really sure how they were able to kind of change that all of a sudden, but perhaps Apple released an update to the software that now allows this to be possible. The cable still feels quite premium. Everything is made out of metal and aluminum on all the tips, so it does feel like an actual Apple product. This is obviously the part that you plug into the HDMI port on a monitor or a projector. This is a USB port that you need to plug into power, so you'll still need either a USB port on a charger or a laptop to make that work. And all we need to do is plug the Lightning cable onto the bottom of the phone. You'll hear that vibration, and the first time it's going to notify you by saying agree or trust this device, and afterwards we're done. So there's no other additional steps like connecting or opening Wi-Fi. It doesn't disrupt any of that, and you can still be connected to 4G, you can still be connected to Wi-Fi to browse the web and access internet. So you can see that it's mirrored very well, and because it is a direct HDMI connection, it should be a little bit faster as well in terms of latency. And it's pretty quick. There's a split-second delay as well, but it's not too bad. But something I do want to quickly point out is that this does not support some of the copyrighted video apps. For instance, Netflix and Hulu are notably not going to work on this dongle. If you open up those apps, the screen will black out. Paid apps which have quote-unquote HDCP video copyright protection, such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Comcast TV, Xfinity, Vudu, DirecTV are banned. Overall, the resolution seems to be about good. Obviously, it's dependent on the resolution of your monitor, but it does seem to be in HD quality. And even though it says that it's not supposed to be charging your phone, it's basically just providing power to the HDMI dongle to make the video output work, it does still partially charge up your device. You can see on the indicator on the side of the phone there. So it does act as kind of a secondary charger, so to speak. I can also do a quick demo of some games just to show you what that experience is like on a bigger screen. Accelerometer, all of those things work, so if you tilt the phone in one direction, it does tend to rotate the screen into full screen, for instance. So hopefully you'll be able to see everything a little bit better on something like a larger display or a monitor here. And again, it makes it easier to enjoy that experience, especially since this is a two-player game. Someone else can also be playing along. Now, it does have a tendency to filter out some information depending on the app you're using, so again, it's not 100% mirroring everything on this phone to the big screen. For instance, in the Gallery app here, you can see that if I tap on the photo on the phone, it gives me additional details like yesterday. I can see also other images down below here in my gallery, but on the large display, we don't see any of that pop up. So it's still going through, again, some software filtering to make the process happen. But you can tell here that I can still zoom in, and it does physically zoom in on the larger display as well. And for videos, you can still do things like editing, and again, it just becomes a larger screen experience. So it does also enhance productivity in a way. If you want to connect it to a regular monitor that has HDMI, you can then connect using Bluetooth, let's say a mouse, to your phone, and it allows for some multitasking, almost like a computer desktop, which is kind of cool. For instance, dragging this bar around for editing parts of a video, something like that. If we tap and play a video, so it just says it's using Airplay right now, nothing is displayed on the phone, but we can see it popping up on the display. So that's more or less it as far as our quick hands-on review of this newest generation of Lightning to HDMI cables. It's no longer just using Miracast or Wi-Fi to basically have a wireless dongle be doing all the work, but it seems like it's actually passing the image through using HDMI now. The process is a lot quicker. You don't have to install any third-party apps just to have a screencast experience work. With that being said, it still isn't perfect, just because, again, iOS does still have some restrictions based on content and apps that it's going to work with, which is a little unfortunate, but otherwise it does the trick quite well. This would be a good competitor to other wireless dongles on the market. Again, something like Chromecast, something maybe like a smart TV, or even Airtame, which was a business-oriented product that we saw a few months ago. But this version is a fraction of the price at under 20 bucks. You can check out more details in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. This has been the newest generation of Lightning to HDMI cables.